They all have the same legs. They all are stepping the same way, and they look like they're all in unison, and they're all some kind of synchronized swimmer. It's ridiculous. Like, but okay, so we'll jump right in. Welcome everybody. 2025. That means new buyer's guide. We're still in the indices for Sons of Behamat, but we are going to give a best crack. We got all our favorites in here. There's only 7 models, so like this is an easy range to collect. I don't really see any reason for you to buy more than one of each of them. Each one kind of has its own role. Currently, the faction isn't all that competitive, but you know, this is an all-inclusive hobby, so we're gonna try and help you out with what you want to buy, and I hope you enjoy. I'm doing this live on Twitch, Shorty Paint Studios at twitch.tv. Give me a follow, and hopefully you can catch me live. I got some people live in chat right now that are some of their questions might get aired during the video here. We're doing a live recording, and then once we're done doing this, we're gonna do some painting. So come catch me. Okay, so let's start with Kragnos. Kragnos is Kragnos. He's literally, I hate the model. I can't stand him. He doesn't match anything in the Destruction factions. He looks like he should be with the Chaos, the Beast of Chaos, and they just needed a god for destruction, and they just went with him. The model itself doesn't look bad. It's just the fact that he doesn't match any of the factions, like any of them. He doesn't look like an orc. He doesn't look like a giant. He doesn't look like a goblin or a squig or anything. He looks like he should be in the Beast of Chaos. And I feel like the more and more I think about it, the more I think the reason why he's not in Beast of Chaos is because they had plans to get rid of that faction while this was in development. I thought he was a Beast of Chaos unit when I first saw him too. Yeah, I did too. I was actually really excited because I was going to start collecting Beasts of Chaos. I'm like, oh, so there's a chance that they're not going to get absolutely deleted. We were wrong. Great. Let's go with a bang. King Broad. Honestly, if you want to play the faction, he's almost auto include. He's like your only named character, and he has some good prayers that like enable the rest of the army. He also hits like a truck. Honestly, he's the best looking model that they got. And let's go with, he's a must buy. He's a must buy. Like, if you're gonna buy one, this is the one I would recommend you buy, because it's got the most detail. He's the coolest looking one. He's got all the character. The one major faction I got with this, the major problem I have with this faction, I have one problem. They all have the same legs. They all are stepping the same way, and they look like they're all in unison, and they're all some kind of synchronized swimmer. It's ridiculous. Like, we got 2 kits that came out years after the originals, and they use the same legs again. It's lazy. It's ridiculous. But anyways, they're a massive unit, and like they all have the same legs. We'll go with the one that is with him. Honestly, probably a gamer's choice, because he's really good at killing beasts. He just has extra Ren. He has an ability that like you can forego his fight attack and he does a random amount of mortal wounds, but you're more likely to do more damage by doing his actual fight attack. I don't know. It's like his rules need some work, but he does the best job at killing enemy monsters, which are more likely to be able to kill yours. Let's go with the War Stompa. Honestly, he's another gamer choice. Honestly, like if you want to just paint them, I mean, you're gonna probably get bored after the first one, and I would just go with King Broad. Now, like each one of these guys, he's an anti-infantry, I believe. So he's really good at killing infantry. So like that's one thing that they did well with this faction is that like each Gargant has its own place in the army. But the only problem is like they fall flat. They fall flat. They don't have the staying power that they probably should as a giant army. They just seem to fall over and die. So Kraken, another gamer's choice. He's the one that gets to kick around the objectives. It's really cool. It's fun. Probably the only one I might buy more than one if you're gonna play the faction, because that way you can mess up with the your opponent's scoring. And then Gate Crasher. Oh, this one's like the worst of them all because this doesn't really have a place. Honestly, I'd go Painters. Just like these two pieces are like Painter's Choice and Gamer's Choice are at an even level. Like, I mean, like everyone's get into the hobby for different reasons. Some people are more into the gaming side. Some people are more into the painting side. I'm kind of right down the middle. That's why I like to include the painting in my buyer's guides. But I don't really see a reason to bring your the Great Crasher unless it's the only one that you can fit in points. But I mean, I'd rather take these little guys. Once again, these are Gamer's Choice. Like this whole faction is like they all look the damn same because they all have the same legs. It's hard to sell somebody on painting them. After they've done the first one, they probably painted the one that they thought looked the coolest to begin with. So like you can probably change this one and this one to here. You know, they're all interchangeable here, but like you're only gonna have one up there. So I do this because I don't want that on my table. It's good at killing terrain features, and it's only really good against Sylvaneth. And Sylvaneth isn't really that popular right now. But yeah, okay. So I mean, you guys have any? This is super. It was gonna be super quick. I knew it was going to be. And they have literally seven models. You guys have any questions or concerns, or would you make any changes to this list? But man, I wish they didn't have exactly identical stepping in the giant guys. Like King Broad and the Beastmaster should have had different legs. Regarding the hit rolling on fours, is that army wide? I think King Broad might be the only one that isn't. So I see 40K in your name, so I'm going to assume that you don't have the AOS app. If you do have the AOS app, so far all the indice armies are free on the app, so you can see all the war scrolls. But I'm gonna take a look at it. Okay, let's see. Beast Smasher hitting on 4s. Gatecrasher is hitting on 4s. King Broad, please don't. Oh, he's hitting on. Yeah, it's the whole army. The whole army is hitting on 4s. There's the odd attack that's hitting on 3s, but so you're gonna be able to get 1 to hitting on 3s, and that's probably gonna be King Broad. Correct. Transitioning over to AOS, so I'm learning new stuff every day. I'll have to get the app. Yeah, I highly recommend it. Currently, you can only build you can build 1 list for free without subbing. I mean, if you're gonna build a ton of lists, I almost recommend subbing to them because you get a lot of other stuff with it. But I mean, there's other apps I'm sure that you can use. The way AOS works is a lot like how 40k works now, where you have the min squads and then max squads that you can make. You can't do odd numbers like you used to years past in 40k. So, but like right now, I mean, I'd wait, and it's probably a faction that is neglected range wise. I mean, that probably won't get anything new and add dynamics to that. Not likely. We haven't seen anything, so I mean, you might get manifestations like new spells, but you don't really have a wizard. Like you don't have a wizard. So this, all right. Let's deep dive the faction a little bit. So you don't have a wizard, and you have a priest with King Broad. You do have a artifact that you can make a wizard. I don't know if that's going to stay with the battle tome. It's been in the battle tome since the first battle tome they've made for the faction, but that doesn't mean it's going to stay. Like Kragnos, he's almost like he's needed in this faction, because like you move 10, you're a fast faction, but you're not like, there's no way to get run and charge. There's no like, you're predictable. Having a 3d6 charge is kind of massive. Were there prayers that allowed units or another unit to hit on lower rolls or better devastating turn? Yes, but like, hold on, let's. It's been a while since I've seen his rules, so let's. I am on King Broad right now. Okay, in the hero phase, make a chanting rule, add to the move, so you can add your movement. Make a change in D6. Pick one of the following effects. If the chanting roll was a 10+, pick 2 instead. So like, the way chanting works with the prayers right now is that you can choose. You roll the die, and if you roll a 2+ or higher on the D6, you can choose to bank those points. Now you can also do this in your opponent's turn on a command point. So you can bank. So you make your opponent go first because you're likely to be. You're going to be a 1-drop. You're going to be able to dictate your opponent going first. And you're likely to want them to go first with this army. So like, you can bank a points on your opponent's turn, and then try and hit the big nugget with the power of Behamat. So you can give +2 to movement to friendly instance Behamat unit for the rest of the turn. So everybody's movement 12 now. Yes, so everybody's movement 12 of the army, and then pummel them to dust. Add 1 to the Ren characteristic. Yeah, that doesn't really help. Like, there's no like, you get +1 Ren, which is good. Like, it's extra HP, but like, you're already like, let me show you. Okay, so like, The Mighty Stomp, no, so it'd be the Obelisk is already Ren 2. Ren 3 just goes through. So in King Broad would be the one that you're gonna out attack with. So he's 3s and 2s, and he's Ren 2, 5 damage. So and he's got 6 attacks. So he's killing whatever he touches. Because he's got more attacks. He's got 4 more stomps, 3s and 2s, anti-infantry. The death grip is anti-hero. So anti is like extra rend. If you're attacking that specific unit type. So like his death grip is 1 attack, 4s and 2s, 2 ren, d6 damage. Like you'd be able to squeeze a little, like a little hero, like a little grape. You know what I mean? Maybe. Like and like a lot of heroes are the ones that you're gonna probably do that on are also gonna be foot heroes, so you can stomp them and then squeeze them. Feel like a decent Night Haunt army would be a night. Yes, yes, 100%. And Night Haunt was like the strongest army for the longest time. I don't know if they're still the strongest. They got nerfed quite a bit. I think they're brought them more in line with everyone else. But yeah, this army needs, like, the little guys are a sneaky tech piece essentially in this army. I wouldn't buy singles of them. Like, you just need them to run around and take objectives and like get in the way. And then I think you kind of run the rest of the army as a kill squad. Kragnos, King Broad, and then whatever else you can fit in there. But like Kragnos is like a must-have in this army. I don't see any other reason to bring this army other than if you're bringing Kragnos, because like you need to hit whatever you want to hit. You can't let them dictate what you get to charge with this army. Like, you need to be very careful. And like the little guys hit on 5s. So it's like, it's bad, man. It's bad. It's bad out here. It's rough out here. I'd go back to your Iron Jaws, to be honest. Destruction as a whole needs some TLC. Iron Jaws don't feel like powerful grunts. The new Battle Tome, I hope you pre-ordered it, because I think that they have some new tech they can kind of pull off. The squigs and gets are taking it on the chin. They suck so much right now. And yeah, and trogs are the only thing that's really good in gets right now. The goblins, like the horde army of goblins, like that, those big units are just getting lifted in a turn. So it's like they're not just like stealing the points from you. You know, they lost a lot of the flavor that they had in the past edition. But like, man, I feel like this army needs an army of renown, and Kragnos or something. Like, you need King Broad, an army of renown from destruction. Ooh, do you know what? Maybe the army of renown of the Rubble Rouser to give you let you to move towards your Rubble Rouser and then run in charge. I think that's the rule he has. I'd look into like the army of renowns for this army. If you actually want to play this army, like playing it like flat, I don't know if it'll do all that great. You need to bring in At least one army of renown for sure. The fastest buyer's guide I've ever done in my life. I wish all of them could be this quick. The Gits one is going to take bloody forever. The Cities of Sigmar one's going to take forever. But yeah, enjoy the faction. Honestly, if you enjoy painting, I mean, just choose the one that you want to paint. King Broad, right? So and then if you want to play the faction, then I don't know, use Kragnos and then slot in what you can. You're gonna want some little guys. They look derpy as shit, but you know, you just got to use what you got. You know what they give you.